I think dating is the worst thing in the world.
They either go really well or really bad. There's, no kind of middle ground.
The worst date I ever went on was a triple date with two of my older brothers. And I think it was actually the first date I ever asked a girl out on. And we went to a Jethro Tull concert.
I'm not a date person, so I can't personally say.
Dates anymore. I don't even know people that date. I guess I know a couple people, and it just always sounds like so dreadful.
You know, going out to dinner and sitting there awkwardly across the table from somebody that you don't know and trying to find out if you like them. I don't find that to be fun at all. It's scary.
My brothers kept looking at me all night and nudging each other in the ribs, and I could not have been more petrified.
Well, I haven't been on many crazy dates, but my buddy, he also has not been on any crazy dates.
I've never had a really crazy date, but I did have a friend of a friend who had a date that was very successful and spent the night, and it's disgusting, though.
I went on a date with this guy who, when I walked into his house, everything was covered in plastic because he still lived with his parents.
It was incredibly uncomfortable, and she was uncomfortable, and I walked her to the door and I shook her hand with them watching from the car, for which I was ridiculed once I got back.
I know, it's really gross. I probably shouldn't tell it.
The craziest date that I've been on, it wasn't crazy, it was quite boring, actually. It was a blind date. And I don't know if the guy couldn't talk or if the cat had his tongue. It wasn't good. So don't ever set me up on a blind date.
Unfortunately, my car got a flat tire, and I don't know how to change the tire. So we was in a bad, I don't want to say bad, but yeah, it was a tough neighborhood. We was in a rough neighborhood. So it turned out to be a bad day because my manhood felt low when I had to let the lady change the tire. That's bad, right?
I think a guy may have come out to me during a date.
He took a shower and had to go to the bathroom, and he went in the shower. I'm not talking about number one.
He insisted that we watch the movie Tommy Boy, which is a great movie, but then he told me that it was his dad's favorite movie, and then asked his dad to come down and sit on his favorite chair and watch the movie with us.
I remember she got really upset at me one time. It was on the phone, and she was threatening to stab me. And I'm like, all right, whatever. We got into it, and I hung up on her. And literally a half hour later, she showed up in my apartment with a tray of brownies. That's how nuts this girl was. She went from literally, I'm going to kill this guy, to I want to make him some food.
He started to place my body, like, for us to make out. And so basically at one point he would take my hand and he would hold it up like this, and the other hand he would put like this, and then he would move my head, and then I'd literally be in this position, and I'd try to put my hand down and he'd put everything back up and then lean in to try to kiss me, and he had to have like been positioning me like a mannequin or something.
I was getting my swirl on, right? And a grandpa walks in, right? And we like getting busy, like busy till we dizzy. And he comes busting through the door like, hey, what's going on? What's going on here? Right? I'm like, in my birthday clothes, like, right? I felt real bad, right? She was like, Grandpa, get out of here! Oh my gosh, it's totally like, so embarrassing. Young man, you put on your clothes this instant.
It's not like the old days, like where, you could like date multiple people, where it's like, it seemed like it was like a rehearsal thing, like just getting to know. We went on a date. Oh, I'm booked on Thursday, and have a date on Thursday, but I'll date you on Friday.
Usually, like, you think, why don't you just get up and walk away? But sometimes things are so uncomfortable that you just think, I'm just gonna go through the motion and then let him kiss me, and then I'm gonna leave, and maybe he'll stop.
Just be completely honest. Say, look, I don't want to waste your time. Let's just be perfectly upfront. You smell, and I didn't notice that mustache when I saw you in the dark.
I have disgusting friends, but it happened, and he was like mortified and like, with the steam, it was not good. They didn't go out again.